Back. Welcome back. Welcome back to Smitty's Corner. We're going to get right on into this. Now, me being a native, me being born and raised all throughout this thing, let's listen to what my man has to say.
Are you thinking about moving to DC or the surrounding areas, otherwise known as the DMV? So I've been here for about 3.5 years, and in this video, I'm gonna give you the most honest review of Washington, DC. So we'll have a good list of cons.
I just want to make something very clear. Honest is one word. Accurate is a whole nother. Now let's go ahead and get to it.
We'll have a great list of pros, and at the end of the video, I'll give an overall rating. So let's get started. I say we stir up the pot first and we introduce the cons. And I should probably brace for the pushback I'll get on this con. But con number one is the food scene is lacking. Somebody had to say it. Look, DC food leaves much to be desired, especially compared to other large metro regions in the US. Don't get me wrong, you could definitely find a variety of cuisines while living in Washington, D.C., but very rarely have I been blown away by the food like when I was living or traveling in other cities. So I'm saying Dallas, Houston, Philly, Austin, LA, New York, and the list goes on, but they all have better food. And I mean, look, think about it. There is a reason that DC doesn't make the list of top food cities in the US, right? When I tell you DC has beautiful restaurants, nice.
Interesting. Let's see where he's from. All right. And let's go ahead and see what we got.
Instagram worthy spots for dates, but oftentimes they lack on the food. A lot of places are becoming more and more Instagrammable and less returnable. They'll sacrifice the taste value for the face value. So because of that, DC food is It's better than most, but worse than many. Con number two is the allergies, pollen, and bugs. Look, I was born in Philly, but I spent a good share of my childhood in the South, surrounded by the spring pollen. Never have I had an allergy problem. It was not long ago that I found out allergies can be developed later in life, depending on the region and area, the US you are living in. So the expats that have moved to DC will agree that they have developed a sniffy nose over the spring and summer allergy. Your car will be covered in it, and for some reason it feels like I have a sniffy nose year long. But look, maybe.
See, first of all, anybody who knows anything about the DMV area knows that we have some of the most bipolar weather known to man. Pollen being off, insects, the whole nine. That's because the weather's trippy out here. You don't never know what you're gonna get. It's June right now. For whatever strange reason, it could turn around and be 65 degrees all day tomorrow. For whatever reason. And none of us would know, and nobody from here would even begin to question it. We'd just be like, there go that bipolar ass DMV weather again. A lot of these things are a huge factor as to why the pollen can be activated, because see, we'll have the insects and all of this spring stuff wake up earlier than what it's supposed to because our weather is so wacky. Let's keep going. Oh, and about the food, I want to hear where he's from.
Just maybe you built different. On the other end, DC is one of the worst cities for bugs, and nobody likes bugs. You got mosquitoes, ticks, rats, roaches, and I know they not a bug.
What? Bruh, who don't have roaches? Ticks? Bruh, that's a lie. Do you know where ticks come from? The woods. Okay, one more time. Do you know where ticks come from? The woods. Ticks are usually on animals like deer, sometimes rabbits, groundhogs, gophers, beavers. You can find them on geese. This is where you can find ticks at times, right? Now, this is the thing. Where the woods at in DC? I know all 4 sections: Northwest, Northeast, Southwest, Southeast. Where the woods at? That's in Maryland, like the magician, the wizard. Not DC, bruh. Not DC. I ain't never heard nobody, not near one day ever in my life, talk about a tick in DC. That's a damn lie. That's a goddamn lie from the pits of hell. Mosquitoes. Who don't have mosquitoes? Like, that's a who had the name mosquito? So you telling me it's some states that don't sell bug spray? Because apparently some states you ain't got to worry about this. That was stupid. I'm sorry. I just, as a native, rats. Shut up. First of all, let me just say this, right? DC is not no real big rat type of city. It's not like New York. We don't be having shit chasing cats and shit. Are there rats? Yes, there are. It's a city, goddammit. But no, it's not. You're talking to a native. All right. Now, I don't know who y'all want to listen to, the guy who's only been here a couple years or somebody who's 41 years old and never left before. Let's rock out.
But we got them over here too. Over the summer, it's like you will walk around and oftentimes you ducking and dodging gnats like you boxing.
It's the summer. Where aren't you dodging mosquitoes and gnats in the summer? It's the summer. It's called life. You know, they even have some trees in the city. You know what else you can find in the city? Birds and squirrels. Is that an issue, or is that something out of the ordinary? It's the summer. That's when things come alive.
We all know mosquitoes, so you're going to suffer from those hours after getting bit. I believe every 14 years, it's these bugs here that's called cicadas. They come out of the ground, they fly around, they die everywhere. It's true.
Yes, they do, and it's very, very messy. I don't know if everywhere it gets that, but I sincerely doubt it's just us. That's spoken about biblically. Bruh, that's a lot of places that get the cicadas, bruh. I know for a fact, Maryland, like the magician, the wizard, the DMV area, is not the only place that gets cicadas. I know we're not. Like, I know for a fact we're not. Let's keep going.
Like a scary movie, and it only happens in this area. But then con number 3 is the crime. The crime in DC is getting out of hand. So 20.
Nah, we gonna cut. Nah, I'm not even gonna let this man talk. I'm sorry. BS. Actually, in DC, the crime has gone down significantly. Listen to somebody who came up around here in the heart of the hearts of when shit was really going down. Man, listen, with all these new foreign people like this guy here moving in and stuff, and them, because see, DC has been gentrified. They gentrified DC. We only got little pockets now of like what the hoods used to be for real. Oh, they still around there, but it's a whole lot built around it. Let me tell you something. Crime has gone down. DC is a whole lot safer. Especially ever since they legalized weed. Legalizing the weed and gentrifying it, nah, bro, that's not how it used to be. That's dead. What the hell is he talking about, bro? See, again, you're somebody just coming in here. You don't realize you're coming in here almost during like the best time ever. It's actually a lot more. I'm not saying it don't go down. It still go down. These youngins out here are tripping. Bruh, the train system has gotten better as far as like how these trains operate. All of that type of stuff, bro. Nah, DC has really been brought up as far as crime rate goes. That's not the case. But let's listen to what he got to say.
23 saw an increase in certain crime categories compared to the year before. Murders, homicides, are sexual abuse. The highest, sadly enough, is robbery cases and carjackings.
Do you know what DC used to stand for? No, it was not Dallas Cowboys. F out my face. No, it was not the District of Columbia. DC used to stand for Death Capital. Death Capital. Dog. We was like the nation's capital. I mean, we was the always been nation capital. We were the murder capital of the nation, like for almost 5 to 10 years. Man, listen, y'all ain't seen nothing. Y'all have not seen anything. A lot of the places where shit was really going down, they either like shut them down or it's a lot that's been like, a lot has calmed down in those little spots. Listen to me when I tell you, y'all tripping. DC on some like laid back shit kind of at this point. It ain't what it used to be, bruh. It's not what it used to be.
So I'll say this, DC is truly getting ridiculous when it comes to crime, but DC is also one of the most densely populated. There are a ton of people here. So although things are up, becoming a victim of crime is still pretty low.
We are basically New York Junior. We're a very small version. So whatever you know New York to be, the whole melting pot, all these different cultures and shit. Exact same thing, just a very, very smaller version.
Chance. Well, however, I will say this, keep your head on the swivel, try to travel in groups of 2 or more. And when I started typing out the bullets of this video, I was saying that, over 3 years, I hadn't been a victim of violence, but my car was broken into recently.
Yeah, exactly. And you heard him. He just said the crime is out of control, but he has not been a victim of violence. What? Because it's chill, bruh. You came during the best time. I promise you some time back you might have. You just might have. It's not what it used to be. You as an outsider, my nigga, trust me, you don't know nothing about how this thing used to go. You don't. You obviously don't. He said he was from Philly. Okay. Now that I'm looking at this, I was looking at something. Okay, so he's from Philly. He was talking about our food. Nothing personal. I'm not saying Philly don't. If I'm wrong, go ahead. Somebody from Philly correct me. What else have you heard of that people go to Philly for outside of a cheesesteak? Oh, I'm sorry, steak and cheese. Because that's how we say it here in Maryland. A steak and cheese. And we put lettuce and tomato and provolone on ours. Yeah, I just said that. With them little diced red chili peppers and shit, them Jones be like that. Them Jones be like that. Yeah. A steak and cheese. I can think of several things people come to Maryland for when you talking about food. Now, is it the absolute best or whatever? Listen, I think all places have something that they make better than other places. Like New York is definitely known for pizza. New York ain't making better crab cakes than Maryland. We shitting on them. I don't think Maryland is making better gumbo than New Orleans. Come on. So, if we really like dog, look, man, everybody got their own little something that they really are like just known for. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to be honest. What else? What? I need to know. What else do people go to Philly for outside, food-wise, outside of a cheesesteak? And he wants to sit up here and talk about we're lacking? But all y'all got is steak and cheeses? Let me shut up. Salute to my peoples in Philly. I got family in West Philly. Salute. But don't do that. Don't do that.
Con number 4 is the high cost of living. So DC is dumb expensive, right? It's 30.
It is. Stupid, retarded expensive. And you do not have a lot of space. Again, just like people in New York can say, just a smaller version, it sure enough is. It's going to run your ass to stay out here. That's why a lot of folks move down. So it's a whole lot of our people who's down south with folks right now, probably working with y'all and everything. Guarantee you somebody down south has heard of somebody who moved from the DMV area, and the reason why they moved, because it costs a living. It happens all the time. That's normal. That's natural. I ain't never left. That's all I'm going to say.
4% higher than the national average. And most people are renting because truly, who can afford to buy a home when the small ones cost $600,000 and above? Now,
Yep.